welcome back to Take 5. I'm your host Cesar and I'm with Miguel.
Hi.
Jose Miguel,
Hey,
Alejandro,
Hello there.
and Miguel Angel.
hello.
Today's topic will be translation, more importantly focused on the courses and the forms of translation we've seen throughout all this semester. So the first kind of translation techniques are the direct translation techniques. Do you guys know any one of those three? So one of the translation techniques, direct translation techniques, will be borrowing, which is when you take a word from the target language without any translation at all. For example, like bus or bowl. I think you can use bowl.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and
The next one is the literal translation.
Well, the little translation, it's like his name says, is you take a word and translate like that word but in another language. I can give an example later.
for
On
example,
the
like football, balompié. That's like an example.
Ballon pied.
Balompié.
Or we can say that cock is the same thing as literal translation. So the next one is oblique
Same but
translation.
different.
Mike, you want to say something?
Yeah. The oblique translation techniques are usually used on structural or conceptual elements of the source language, cannot be directly translated without altering meaning or saying. It's like
Basically, these are the different translation techniques, but like on steroids. They're like more advanced, or they sound way more natural than the other ones. Transposition, when you change the sequence of the words to the sequence of the words in a sentence sounded like, so it sounds like more natural, because like instead of saying the blue house, like in Spanish, if you literally translate the blue house is la azul casa, and that doesn't sound right, so you need to change the words and to, well, for it to make sense, right? La casa azul. And you know another one of these translation techniques.
Okay, the next one is the modulation. The modulation consists of using a phrase that is like different in the source and target language to cover the same idea. Like te lo dejo means literally like I leave it to you, but translate better as you can have it.
The next one is reformulation. So who wants to talk about?
I want to talk about
Okay,
Who wants to
you can talk
about
about
it?
it.
You can talk about it.
yeah. In reformulation or equivalence, you have to express something in a completely different way, like make it sound it good, like a poem. You translate it and make it sound good, changing some words without
Yeah.
losing the main meaning.
Ooh,
Oh
And
yeah,
that's about it.
yes, that's good.
that's a cool and interesting idea.
That's a cool fact.
It's actually very similar to adaptation. Everyone wanna say about something about
Adaptation.
Me. I want.
Okay, you can go.
Thank you. The adaptation occurs when something is specific to one language culture is expressed in a totally different way. Yeah, that is familiar or appropriate to another language culture. It's like you are forcing the word to get used.
So, in like general terms, compensation is when a word can't be translated, like doesn't have a translation to the target language. So you need to compensate by expressing it with a, most commonly with a sentence. I don't remember any examples, but it happens a lot with Eastern languages, and also like Asian languages that have very specific words that need to be like explained in a sentence in like Spanish or English. To be a good translator, you need to have a good understanding of the parts of speech. So the parts of speech they're really important. So anybody knows like what they are, or something about them. Like,
Well, that's there's an article, N and A. It changed the usage, but it has the same meaning
uh-huh,
to indicate something. Like that's an apple.
uh-huh.
You say an because there's an A on the beginning of the word. It's
Yes.
a vocal. And when
Oh.
there is a vocal, you put N after the A.
So like,
That's about it.
what would be like
That's a good one.
the closest thing to A and A, to A and am in Spanish? What would they be the closest
Un.
thing? Ooh. Oh,
Un.
that's very
Una.
good.
Yes, sir.
So another very important thing is the possessive articles because you like really need to know how this works in like daily everyday situations because like my, yours, his, hers, it's ours, like theirs, they these things like they really change. They're like really specific to the situation and the people you're talking to. And like it's really weird because also in Spanish most of them they are a single word. They took on my words like de él, de ella, de nosotros, de ustedes, mío, tuyo. That
Yours,
sorry.
it's here, it's all
Yeah, that's really weird. Yeah.
Yeah, without the part of speech, you cannot maintain a conversation.
Yeah, you really need
Yeah.
to be like how
It's just
You're-
not possible.
You're so correct.
Yes, sir.
You're fortunate to use it.
yes.
Yes.
So, Jose, which is another part of speech that it's also so important.
The interrogative adjectives, like
Which
what
are those? What?
you need to use to ask something.
Yes.
An example could be like, what color is your hair? In Spanish,
Oh,
in Spanish is de qué color es tu cabello.
really interesting.
Really interesting.
Yes.
You have to say the interrogative adjectives in a way that they could understand that it's a
Like
question,
your
right?
accent.
Because
Yeah.
what you can use
Yeah.
you can use what in something else.
What?
You
What's
start
up?
the sentence with that word, and that's it. Yeah.
Miguel Ángel, which are the comparative adjectives? I don't know about those.
Adjectives is used with the words like more and must.
And what does those words mean?
More is más in Spanish, and must is like el más.
Oh, and
It's a big difference.
okay.
Do you guys have any interesting experiences what you have while translating anything?
My experience is how not use the literal translation or to translate a text. A month ago, my dad told me if I can translate it a video and an exercise video. So yeah, I start to see the video and I was writing what the girl was saying, and in a part she said a word that I never knew that exists. I don't remember the word, but I can tell you in Spanish, que es escupitajo.
Oh,
And
So
it was like, what does that mean? Why is she telling that? So investigating in Hawaii or Australia, it says like I throw you like this exercise. I made this exercise for you, and it's a how you can say it, like a regionalismo that they used to here in Mexico.
Lingo.
Like you write something here in Mazatlan, maybe on another
State.
another city, they will know what is meaning, like beachy or chido or that types of.
My grandpa took me to a business trip. He got to sell a motel to
Whoa.
some Americans,
Yes.
and my grandpa doesn't know English, so he took me, and I had to translate everything my grandpa was saying, everything the Americans were saying to each other, in a way that I should trigger the buyers to actually buy the motel my grandpa was selling. So it was a very good experience
Oh yeah, I
to
understand.
translate better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's good.
Yeah, it's very, very
What
cool.
else?
Importance of translation in our world, in our modern technology, in our modern world, because, well, right now it's very easy. It's, well, easiest? I don't know. Well, right now is the easiest time to like talk to someone that is in the other part of the world. Like, I can just like grab my phone and if I want to, I could DM someone in China or like Europe, and that's something that will normally take months to do. I can do it in mere seconds. So a way to like
Yes.
have a good translation. It's like to to be able to translate good and have a, like
Yeah,
good translation
that's
tools.
the word.
Yeah, to have a good translation tools is like to have like a better communication